Hello, good evening, and welcome to the stream. Here we are. My God. Excuse me. Yes, I would normally have been doing a stream yesterday. I did some gardening yesterday, and I think I said something to Savik along the lines of, I look like I've been living out in the woods for the last month, living on only what I could forage and hunt. So yeah, I was pretty knackered and tired and just thought, you know what? Save it, do the stream another night when you're not as exhausted, and it will probably be okay. Well, that's the sincere hope kind of deal. I'm not sure what I'm going to do or how long I'm going to stream for tonight, because I don't normally stream on a Thursday. And all that jazz, so yeah. I think that's all the social mediaing done. Oh, yes, headphones. Right, okay, that's better. If I've got headphones on, you see, I can hear whether or not it's working correctly or what have you. So, yes, there was a patch, I think, the other day. Yesterday. Hotfix. I don't know what they fixed. Possibly they were fixing sploitness. Right, I've got some crap to get out of my inventory here. Let's go have a look. And nope, do not want, do not need. What the hell's this? Kirch Kevlar armor. I suppose, yeah. I'll put it on GMI for like 1 credit. Someone can have it. I don't want it. The daily login trash you get in you end up in your inventory. I don't know how many of these vector guns I've had, but it's taking up space I haven't got in my inventory. Actually, while we're here, see how silly prices are today, and I almost guarantee they will be. Have a look. Yeah, still serious. Those other buy orders have gone though, which, you know, isn't bad. Now, it occurs to me there's a couple of other little things missing for this too, and I need to check. No. Is it invocation? Invocation mission reward, quality 159. Can I roll that low? Derp. I can roll that low, but it's easier to do rolling for things on a fixer, because obviously, you know, you've got the fixer grid and everything else instantaneously at your disposal. So let's park this guy for a second. Maybe log my little fruit fixer. I quite like him for rolling stuff at that level. Can level 200s get it? Not quite. Not quite. I'll use my big fixer. And we'll go to the big screen. There we go. Hoggerman, welcome to the stream that I wasn't supposed to be doing, but because I was supposed to be streaming last night and didn't. I was too tired. I needed a shower, something to eat, and shut my eyes. I was knackered. Kind of feeling it today a little as well. So I thought I might as well get the almost useless complete healing nano. It's a mission reward apparently. And it's the lowest mission reward you can roll at 220. No, I'm not using Click Saber and what have you. Are we in the right ballpark? 154. 146. This should be 159 stuff. 154. Oh, it is 154. Can I get 159? No. $165. If you, I don't even have Click Saver installed, so. Oh, Team 159 missions, not quite. Invocation of the Phoenix I was going to go for, but 200 better. Yeah, you can roll missions at 160 missions. That should snag it pretty easily. I like going and getting things for myself sometimes as well. You know. I was looking at the wrong thing. Not to worry. We'll log the little froob fixer. And he can go off trying to get it. I mean, I'm probably hardly ever going to use that nano. Yeah, that's the wrong password. Right, okay. Wise Guy, FSB, welcome to the stream anyway. Right, okay. Yeah, no, I just, why's that reappeared? Strange. Yes, the little froob fixer that still needs to do one of his implants. Still hasn't done it. I want to go somewhere down there. Where are we at? 150. Next one up. 160. Excellent concrete cushion. I'm almost tempted to go and get that. I'm sure it's a blue nano. I don't know how rare it is. I mean, it's not. It's pretty terrible with a 1 minute countdown on it now. I think it's like an emergency nano. Robos keep, what is it? Invocation of the Phoenix. The Phoenix. $159 nano. Yep, manual mission rolling. For the win. Because why not, you know? I mean, I do use some third-party software like Reshade and DG Voodoo, but just never anything that sniffs the client. Sniff the client. Need a t-shirt with that on. People would be going, what? What even? What's the context for your t-shirt? We ballpark? We're ballpark. I don't know how rare it is, so I'm going to, you know, less than 100 clicks. If it hasn't shown up, then guess what? I can live without it. It's probably on GMI as well. I don't know. Haven't even looked. Just something to do. Something to do while everybody's arriving kind of deal, you know. Wondering where I was yesterday. Why he cancelled stream yesterday? Because he looked like he'd been dragged through a hedge backwards. And was very tired. Because he hadn't done any serious gardening in a while. So having done some, yeah, I was kind of pooped. I could have done the stream, but what I wanted to do was like have a shower, get something to eat, and then maybe shut my eyes for 10 minutes. So if I'd have done the stream, I'd have been short-tempered with everything, so... You know how it is. You get yourself into that sort of tired and... Seed life we got. Battlefield endurance. Yeah, it just became, you know. You have one. Where's the drama and fun of trying to blitz it manually? You know. You'll give it me when I give up. Okay, that's a deal. How many clicks have I done now? Is it quite a rare drop or something? And I just rolled it on the way to blitz it. You would. Well, you're going to beat me if you've already got the mission. No matter where the mission is. These are nice. But it's only the BBI Faithful 100. We used to use those back in the day. Had one on Kalos 2 for quite a number of, well, a couple of years. Recuperative respite. Wrong. Wrong nano. Nature's blessing. I've already got. And got better. It's just like, I haven't got it, so I want it. But once I've got it, I probably won't use it much. It used to be quite good. I can't remember what the old cooldown was, but it was definitely better than 1 minute. 1 minute, more or less, just makes it an emergency use only. Was that? Huh. Thought it might have been something else for a second then. Do you ever do that when you're rolling? You suddenly see something flash past and think, oh, was that thing that's quite rare and valuable in that quality range? And it's blitzed. Hi, Teodori, welcome to the stream. Yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to try and blitz it for myself, you know. That's how I always used to do things. Used to be, you know, go get it for yourself kind of deal. Health Cartel. Trade a heal. Is that your little froob fixer blitzer? I'm guessing maybe it is. You know, sometimes it's fun to do things your own way. I had a little go of that Monster Hunter again today. I couldn't figure out what the hell to do next. I've done all the sort of tutorial missions and now I don't know what to do with it. It said go and net something and I was like, okay. There's like no waypoint marker or whatever and you can't go back and check you've got the right items with you because you can't open an inventory once you're in a mission area. And all the things we're sort of used to in Anarchy Online and most other games, I was like, what? Wait, what? So I sort of fumbled around until I got halfway. Yeah, all the missions are timed as well, by the way. So it said you have 50 minutes. And I thought, oh, yeah. By the time I'd sort of wandered around for 45 minutes, I was like, I've done nothing. Got nowhere. I give up. So I don't know. I think I need... If I'm going to play it again, I need guidance. Healing Rays of Sunshine. GA4, I see, Mr. Fancy Pants. Yeah, someone actually gave that to me as well. IQ Bait. Hello, hello. Welcome to the stream. Interesting name. No, I am still plugging away. I am determined that I can roll this for my Advi. He said. It's great to see AO is still around. Sometimes I really miss this game. Well, yeah. So do I, so I play it instead. That's just me. That's people not understanding what Team Riches and Reward means. That referred to chest loot being higher quality. But it was never made explicitly clear, but that apparently is what it was, and that's how fixers can roll very high chest loot. Because their B&E skill's so high. Like team level, you ever been in a team for so long, you're like team level 7 or something like that. Wondering what it's supposed to do, because you're not seeing any obvious or visible change to anything. Like the XP's about the same, and, you know, damage seems about the same, the loot hasn't changed. You're like, well, what does it mean then? Kind of annoying. Yeah, I've rolled most of the stuff that you have to roll. Occasionally I just go, oh, screw it, I want it now, and buy it on GMI, but 99% of the time I'll just come down here and just stand here, clicking away, trying to get things. Complete healing. No, it's the wrong one. It's the doctor one. Twisted was here. Has highlighted his message, I think. Good evening. Good evening. I'll roll the CRU at the end. I've found rolling missions quite, yeah, it can be. Definitely, yeah. You know, if you're just chilling, not really thinking about what you're doing, then yeah. Yeah, that's it. It is low stress. You're not concerned about it. So you're getting all these other heals that are 159. Except the heal I want. You get higher quality drops with B&E skill. But you've got to have a really high B&E skill for that to actually matter. Like, I think you can only really get anything worthwhile on, you know, like a paid fixer. Yeah. See, cost to improve is 600 when it says it costs 1.6k to improve. At that point, regardless of the actual number here, it's the base skill. When this is about 1600, then you get the super high implants and stuff from chests. Refined empty ones, usually. Essence of Behemoth again. I was trying to explain that with typing sometime last week. It wasn't going well. That bounced to 169 then as well. Yeah, this was the Let's Build a Toon Froob Edition character. So, see, they don't just get thrown away after they're made. And when they've hit max level, you know, they still get a bit of time, etc. They still get their game time, they still get used and abused, although some do kind of become a bit of a mule sometimes. But when I'm stuck for Rubicar mission roles, usually it ends up being this character I do them on. I wouldn't mind a goat helmet for him as well. I might go solo eel on the shade, I guess. Be the quickest. Ugh, I give up. What was that like? That was somewhere in the region of 80 odd rolls there. Now I've already got a fixer. The next Let's Build is going to be an Enforcer, because it's the only class I haven't done as a Let's Build. Done fixer. No, okay, not paid fixer, but yeah. I'm trying to think of any others. No, that's it. That really, I did. I went and double checked this, I think, at the time, and yeah. Savik, welcome to the stream. Surprise stream, sort of a bit, yes. Remember this one when we built a new toon just for the lols? That was like one stream, level 33. Because he got the freelancers token on day one, which was quite funny. And I bought a Quabbit from the veteran shop for him. Wasted 150 veteran points. Who was this? Engine Please. Yeah, little Omni Mule from years ago. Anyway. Let's go and see if Yennefer as well. Yeah, I just don't like the idea of playing an NT using a pistol. I just, yeah. Let's go see if Eel is up. Then I'll maybe solo him on the shade, because that's usually the fastest. I'm not tried on Keeper. Probably can do it on Keeper. 100% can do it on shade. I've done it a few times. Oh, that's a thought. I think maybe I left my shade logged out there. I may have done. Let's go have a look. Hopefully Pants won't find out. Pants is probably hiding, watching the stream, not logged in or something. Because he is the ominous spy. I'll go and check he's up before I go flying out all the way there. Yeah, I quite liked her. She was useful, and she still is to an extent. Oh no, she is in Old Athen. Ah well, there you go. Right, so... no. Quickest way... Well, Fixer Grid's the quick way there, but... I can solo him on the Fixer as well, but I have to kite him a fair bit. Whereas on the Shade, I just pull him and kill him. It's that simple. That's if he heals up. Takes a while to kill on Shade, even with all that damage. Shades are very good at that sort of thing, you see. It's just a long way there. 8L would be much faster. It would. It would. I'm not in a hurry for anything. So, you know. Unless anyone's got suggestions for, can we not go and do X, Y, Z, or, you know, whatever. I mean, if someone's got one of those, then, yeah, possibly. $3,545 run speed. It's redonkulous. So, yeah. Still doing the research. I think I'm on Wilderness Law 9. Stamina and then Biomet. And I think with those we're getting a lot closer to being able to self-cast everything. There's a lot more to do yet on research. I can't believe how quickly the character's leveled. When was it? July, wasn't it? Late July? Cluid was born Sunday, June 20th. There you go. So not even... So less than 6 weeks? Is it? Is it less than 6 weeks, that? Something like, anyway. 6 weeks, yeah, and he hit 220... When? An AI 30 last Saturday. Cluid, yeah. It's a region of Wales, or it used to be. It used to be the official name of the county. It's still a region of Wales, but not a political one. Or like, you know, there's no minister for Cluid. There's a minister for Conway Borough. We hit AI 30 on the same day. Yeah, I think you, me, and a bunch of other people. There was a lot of AI 30s that Saturday. Not gonna lie. Yeah, Cluid. That's how it's said. Yeah, that's his name, Cluid. C-L-W-A-D. Cluid. It's Welsh. Don't worry about it. Welsh is like Old Norse at this point. Oh, what did I watch last night? And I ended up enjoying it, even though I didn't really enjoy it that much the first time I watched it. Yeah, Valerian. When I rewatched it, I was kind of okay with it, you know? I mean, they did not cast it well, I would say. The girl in it, I mean, yeah, she's very pretty and everything, but she's not much of an actor. You know, if that singer is out acting you in a bit part, then yeah, you're not doing great on the acting front. The guy was kind of alright. I'd love to have seen it cast with someone that can actually really hold your attention, steal a scene, you know, like Jerry Ryan, who played Seven of Nine for years. She just acted everyone off the bloody camera, you know. Any scene she was in, she just stole it. Someone like that playing that role, but now she's like she's older than the role she'd be playing anyway, put it that way. And they're meant to be, according the old graphic novel stroke comic, she's a medieval French peasant girl that he finds somewhere on one adventure or another, who ends up joining up with him, and isn't sort of and her brain doesn't melt when she learns all the new technology and alien species and everything else. Right, let's have a look. Yes, he's there. Supply Master Eel. Okay. Well, we'll mostly be waiting here. Can't log out in a fight. Want a bet? There you go. Yes, I can. I always ask myself, what are those domes? Yeah, they're Omnitech bases. There's shops and things inside them, you know. To research Noten War technology, yeah. The other one's got a big juggernaut in it, and you can get like an upgraded NCU from him. Right, what buffs have I got? RRFE. Let's get all the buffs. I don't want to bump log to do it. Are you there? Gamel 0007. Welcome to the stream. He's on the laptop. Just having an issue with the new engine. Can't read the text on shop terminals in fair trade. Let's have a look. Blood, welcome to the stream. Good to see you. Have a look at the shop terminals. Okay, let's go first person. Well, they look okay. Oh, they look as good as they normally do. Yeah. Select. Oh yeah, please select your implant to continue. Go through the tweaking the new engine 2020 video. If you go through all of that, you should be good. And then you've got exactly what I've done to the client. It'll be exactly the same. Are your textures on the towers in? No, you've got a texture bug, I think. Someone thinks it's when you've got more than 32 gig of RAM, but I have 32 gig of RAM, so that isn't the actual reason it does it. Some mess around changing how much system RAM is available on boot up, which is the only change they're making. Another thing to check in the engine is when you go to video, Video setting, LOD max, anisotropic. Turn that anti-aliasing off. View distance, high quality range, etc. Everything else pretty much maxed out. The only thing I occasionally do if I'm not getting much bandwidth on the stream is turn grass off, because grass, you know, trees, leaves, anything where confetti, anything like that. So every frame of what you're transmitting is quite different from the previous frame. Will make it. Yeah, it might be your NVIDIA control panel as well. May have performance mode enabled in the global settings. You might have to change that. I've got reflect, that'll do. Let's give myself fixer grid, etc. Just logging that fixer back in now. I mean, I go in and associate Anarchy Online with a benchmark. An old one, Unigine Heaven Demo 4, I think it is. If you watch the video, it's all in there. All the tweaks I've experimented with and eventually, you know, gone, yeah, that definitely has improved things. And then literally stuck with it, so... grid space and Hack and Quack, not that she really needs it. Why not? I wouldn't advise raiding on the new engine. If it's in a group of 6, it's usually okay, but if you're doing anything bigger than that, probably not. I don't do big raids with it. It does not handle big raids well. Oh, where the hell am I going? (8L) Avalon left. Behind you! Yeah, 12-man it does not work in. Simple as, it just seriously doesn't work in 12-man. When the deranged Zan appears in 12-man for me, it's broken. I get like less than 10 frames a second in there as soon as he appears, and it's really hard to play. You know, if you're on, you know, maybe a keeper, something like that, you're kind of going to be okay. But if you're on something where you need to be critical on cooldowns and things like that, nah, not good. I mean, you can copy all your prefs across fairly easily. And yes, I have a video for that as well. He said, faffing with the mic. There we go. Just adjust where it's at. Yeah, I should have used I should have used the fixer grid the first time, really. I mean, I like the new engine. You do get used to better lighting, etc. When you copy prefs, it corrupts. That's weird. Doesn't corrupt for me. It shouldn't corrupt. Uh-oh. Not a good place to crash, but I think I just did. Yep. They only have 12 gigabytes of open. Oh, that's not good. I would do some pruning, definitely. Yes, I have everything on me now. Let's just bravely run away. There we go. Everything reset a little bit. 12 gigabyte of open space. What have you... Are you letting Windows manage your swap file and things like that? I would manually set it down to 800 meg. Something like that, especially if you've got a lot of system memory. I don't think Eel can even see me. It broke sneak. Come on, Mr. Eel. Deal with the trash. Let's not screw the pooch while doing this on stream. It's fine cocking up and dying when you're on your own, but nobody saw it happen. Call of Duty takes up 400 gigabytes. My God. There's some big ass textures on that then. Yeah, those are completely uncompressed textures then. Oh, I've got a Savick as well. Taking all the drama of soloing Eel away. Because now I'm not soloing him. .49-inch monitor. I've got a 32, and that's pretty big. When I consider the TV, we had I think it was the 22-inch TV. 20 years ago when we moved into this house, we bought ourselves a new TV. We were like, oh, I don't think we don't want to get a 26. They're too big for this room, you know, and now my monitor is much bigger. Savick is the boss, yes. That's correct. Savick is the boss. And I've just messed up totemic rights for 30 seconds, haven't I? Your dad's still running a 24-inch 4x3 res monitor. Yeah. The one I had, I went 4x3 CRT to a 16x10 LCD. I quite like that. BenQ, I think it was. But it wasn't as good an image as the Trinitron I had. The early LCDs were pretty crap on image quality, gotta say. Yeah, 16 by 10 is quite pleasant to look at. And 16 by 9 I kind of got used to watching crap on YouTube. And then the next one I got was 16 by 9 because everything was 16 by 9 by that point. Someone somewhere made the decision that's how monitors should be and that's it, you know. Yeah, so, well, ultra wide now is like 21 by 19 or 21 by 9 or whatever the hell it is, and even bigger than that. And curved monitors, etc. Yeah, same resolution in TVs and monitors. The actual screens operate in quite a similar fashion, but the control boards absolutely don't. Have a good stream running off to do laundry. Wow. We got a washer dryer. Thing about the curved monitors, there's a lot of fake ones with the wrong dimensions, so it looks bad. Yeah, I can imagine. I mean, I'm thinking you would have to be pretty damn close to your monitor. I mean, I'm over a meter away from my monitor. And it's very comfortable to look at. It's all my primary vision. You know what I mean? There's no... Have fun anyway, Vice Guy. I'd have to be sat quite a bit closer to the monitor for me to feel the need for a curved one. Because you got to think, I've got two monitors. And I just look at the other one and it is at an angle for me to be able to read. You're 30 centimetres away, my God. 1 foot away. I am literally... I can't touch my monitor unless I lean over the desk. I literally can't touch it. So 32 inch at that distance is quite comfortable. Got no room, I got about 5 centimetres. Yeah, that's true. You got to work with what you got. Yeah. If you've only got like a box, I mean this room is almost exactly it's not a square room, it's got like a corner cut out, which is like supposed to be some sort of wardrobe. If that wasn't there, it'd be a room that's 4 meters by 3 meters. So I've got all guitar ramps and guitars behind me. So directly behind my chair, I've got, yeah, probably the guitars are the same distance behind me as the monitor is from me, and the monitor's pretty close to the wall. You guys have seen the picture of my view of you know, when I took the picture to show it so you could actually see the new boom arm I'd got and how much easier it is to work with. He is definitely going down faster. My streaming room is a little box room. Do you go on camera? I'm not camera shy per se. I've made videos and put myself on camera plenty of times, you know, but they've been like guitar things and music stuff, really. So, well, number one, I don't have any camera that's really set up for that. I've got a DSLR and a bunch of really great lenses, but it's an older DSLR, so I'd have to use some sort of software solution to be able to broadcast from it. I'm sure I could do it, but then I'd have to keep switching it on every 30 minutes. Kill that supply guy. Bigmanforce, welcome to the stream. Good to see you. You should stream, dude. I know. If you guys haven't seen them, you should watch Bigmanforce's videos. Totally different from mine. They're still AO, but he's really sort of like filmy, creative with them. They're really cool. I like them. I thought about it, that it'd be like Club Penguin. Club Penguin? What? I don't know what that is. Are you a zookeeper? I have no idea. Like a weird chat room game. Yeah, I would, you know what I would stream is you editing, screen cap you editing your videos. Talking about what you're doing and why you're doing it. And I guarantee you'd learn new things about your software in a week that you never thought you'd get your head around, because there'll be people in chat going, oh well, actually it's much easier to use a nested layer and then set that as a separate project and import it back into this project. And because you know how the internet is, no matter what you do or how you do it, someone will tell you that you're doing it wrong or you are wrong, etc. Yeah, I've seen people doing that, streaming, building mods for games, things like that. You don't have to be, you know, Mr. Showbiz or whatever the hell I am. The book! The little brown book. Yes! I am logging the Advi. Competitive Halo. Yeah, that's a pretty cool idea. I just thought, because the way you edit videos is quite interesting, so I would say, you know, just as a suggestion, that's all. And you seem quite passionate about doing it as well. So, you know, that's why I would suggest it, is just maybe that'd be something to get into. It'd be a very different kind of stream as well. And people occasionally going to go, what game is this anyway? You know, so if I streamed the video setting, they would be like, yeah, this guy knows exactly what he's doing. They might. I would be going, you can do it that way as well, you know. You're not a member of the looting team. Oh, damn. Eel's little brown book. Fly! Fly, little birdie, fly. Bop, be bop, the making of an AO legend. Yeah, do something like that. I'm very comfortable talking to an audience, but, you know, you got to look at the weird and wonderful background I've had. You know, being a musician, talking to audiences that are really there, you know, squinting at you when you say something weird. And first we're going to... Well, I saw you put some sort of comment once saying, when someone said, oh, why don't you say things on your video? And you went, well, if I had a cool voice like Kalos or something, then I would, or whatever. And I almost sort of offered, like, I'll do voice parts for you if you want. And then I thought, well, no, because then people will be commenting on that and not watching, you know. You sound like a rival of Morgan Freeman's narrating. I don't think I'm in that league, my dude. I don't. I mean, you know, write a small paragraph of something you would want at the beginning of a video, and I'll try reading it, and then you tell me what emotional or intentive, you know, what is the intent behind the sentence. You tell me exactly what you want it to be, and I'll try and do it. Just as an experiment. I'm going to go and get some water, you know, and then warm up my, you know, do my vocal warm-up, darling. Go on, you think of something you want at the beginning, and then just purely what's in your own imagination, and then let's see if I can actually do it. Because I don't know, I did the mouse thing, but it was before I started making videos myself, really. I'd done, you know, here's a Marshall amp, here's how it works, here's how it's wired together, here's changing a pickup on a guitar, and here's loads of me in a band and driving around in a 4x4. They were just stuff I was doing. The AO stuff kind of came later, and I wasn't really... I can copy and paste the narration of my screenplay script for Bebop. Yeah, do it. I'll do my best to read. That's old Athen over there, by the way. Or it's supposed to be. Right, getting some water as I zone. You can see old Athen from everywhere. You can. We are going... One more zoom in. Supply Master Smug. Yeah, I can't see it now, but I have got fog on. But you could see it from, like, you know, outside Newland you can see it. From if you come through the main gates in front of the lake, you can kind of see it there as well. Yeah, don't put, like, you know, 3 sides of A4 into chat. Just like a short paragraph. Just for an experiment, you know? My chicken... Don't apologise for being creative. Do not ever apologise for being creative. You're doing something only 7% of the world can do. Create from nothing. And you fumble with it, and you toy with it, and you throw it away, and you start again, and you rebuild on it. And the amount of people that can do that is a very small amount. Search for the full text of Hamlet. Oh god, I'd never be able to narrate that because I wouldn't be able to bloody read half of it. I'd be constantly doing... What's the meme of the old... the, like, 15th century guy looking at a manuscript and then looking up confused? That would be me. And I did Shakespeare in school, but I've never done it since. I have watched... there's a... Anthony Hopkins did... like a movie type play, Roman based story. I can't remember which. It's Shakespeare, but it's done in the original Shakespearean language. It's like, yeah. But because he's such a brilliant actor, you understand what he's saying because the way he intonates and how he delivers a line. The wonderful desert music. I do like it, actually. Oh, did you see they've posted what kind of game the new Dune IP is going to be? Yay, he's up as well. When you write the word... you've written... We last saw bebop. Bepping. Is that bepping or beeping? his way to the ICC shuttle port after making his daily deliveries to old Athen vendors. So I can do like a bit of a day bepping. I'm not sure what the dialogue is for this, I've forgotten. No, it's not that. You go through a whole thing with him, don't you? Bepping. Well, it goes bep, bep up, bep, bep up. We last saw... Is it Bebop? Do you pronounce his name Bebop or Bepbop? When I ask an either-or question, don't answer bloody yes. Is it Bebop or Bepbop? Would you like the red wine or the white wine, sir? Yes. Bebop. Okay. We last saw Bebop bepping his way to the ICC shuttle port after making his deliveries to the old Athen vendors. Something like that, or do you want... What do you want? Bepping or beeping? That was perfect. Is that what you had in your mind? Or do you want like movie voiceover sort of delivery? You know, like, we last saw Bebop bepping his way to the ICC shuttle port after making his deliveries to the old Athen vendors. You know, that kind of over-dramatic... It's like narrating fable. I found his little brown book that's definitely not brown. That's blue. It is definitely blue, isn't it? Anyway. Dun, dun, dun. Social. Sparrow flight. Another Sentinel-looking tune. That's such a cool helmet. Bite me if you disagree. Yeah, well, that's it. You see, it's your creation, so you have to direct. You have to direct me. I'm just the voice talent. You're the creative talent, so you've got to direct me on how you want it said. Let's go. We'll do another go. Hang on. We last saw Bebop bepping his way to the ICC shuttle port after making his daily deliveries to the old Athen vendors. Or we could go for like a David Attenborough Life on Earth, kind of thing. Just get Stephen Fry to do it, yeah. We last saw Bebop bepping his way to the ICC shuttle port after making his deliveries to the old Athen vendors. See, that's more of a David Attenborough, type thing. See, there's 100 ways you can read something, really, if you start thinking about it. I mean, you can use any of those you want, but if you want it done, I'll redo it properly as a like a WAV file or something. I usually for voiceover record 24-bit 48 kilohertz. Now in a high-pitched anime voice for sight. What's an anime voice? I never watch anime. I just see the funny-looking hair and eyes and just switch off. I can do I can do opinionated arsehole. I saw Bebop bepping his way to the ICC shuttle port after making his daily deliveries to old Athen vendors. Janet Street Porter again, yeah. You have talent. It's a limited talent of doing silly voices. Yeah, that you can go far in life with that talent. So, oh God, he's back with peanut butter. What else could I do? So, cozy viewing thing. Cozy viewing. Oh, was it ASMR? We last saw Bebop pepping his way to the ICC shuttle port after making his daily deliveries to the old Athen vendors. I'm going to copy that. Okay, put that on a notepad file because I can't. The chat. I have to keep scrolling up to the top of the chat now. Let's. There, we last saw Bebop pepping his way. Yeah, the Morgan Freeman. Because I can't really do accents. I can't do like a convincing American accent to save my life. But Morgan Freeman's more. We last saw Bebop pepping his way to the ICC shuttle port after making his daily deliveries to old Athens. Or something like that. I can't really do him, you know, he's his own thing. Try another Hopkins. At least he's Welsh. What, Hopkins in Angry Hopkins, or mate, you know. Well, we last saw Bebop bepping his way to the ICC. We last saw he's much more teeth involved, isn't he? Yeah. We last saw Bebop making his way to the ICC shuttle port after making his daily deliveries to the old Athen vendors. Or you could do like mad scientist, you know. It isn't too far off from Anthony Hopkins. We last saw Bebop bepping his way to the ICC shuttle port after making his daily deliveries to the old Athen vendors. You just have to go through this stream later and clip all the bits you want. We cut to a shot of Bebop, who is completely ignorant and blissful in his own world. He sent me if you want me to do any of the voice stuff, I will. I'm just worried people will go, ooh, Carlos is on it, you know, and not be focused on the whole thing kind of thing. I don't know. A little worried about that. Now, let me copy pasta. We cut. Oh yeah, that you wouldn't narrate the scene change, would you? For a moment, he almost seems hopeful. For a moment, just a moment, there is almost a glimpse of happiness. Or we could do, for a moment, he almost seems hopeful. For a moment, just a moment, there is almost a glimpse of happiness. Yeah, just record the stream, it's fine. There you go. You want it isolated as well, don't you? Hang on. Right. And do the first one again. I'll do it as I did it the first time. We last saw Bebop bepping his way to the ICC shuttle port after making his daily deliveries to the old Athen vendors. For a moment, he almost seems hopeful. For a moment. Just a moment. There is almost a glimpse of happiness. There you go. If you want it done properly, I'll do a proper recording. If robots could think, it would seem he's thinking of something that makes him happy. Maybe a daydream. It's almost like he's looking forward to something, anticipating something. Is that how you want me to do it? Like bedtime story kind of deal? You're making me want to add the... Try recording yourself. You might be surprised how you sound. Well, you usually are. You always think you sound... See, when you're hearing yourself, you're hearing yourself plus your voice resonating inside your skull and affecting how, you know, stimulating your eardrums and the little hairs inside your ears and stuff. So, like, for most people, I kind of use your voice in my head for the narration. Oh, dear. If robots could think, it would seem he's thinking of something that makes him happy. Maybe a daydream. It's almost like he's looking forward to something, anticipating something. I have got hundreds and thousands of hours of bedtime story reading under my belt in real life. That's why I can do that. We're off to... what was the... we had to read it. Two little books every night. One was The Greedy Caterpillar, and the other was... we're off on an adventure. We're off to catch a bear. And it's to do all the actions and everything. There's a typo here because I typed too fast. Peacekeeper begins mumbling and ranting to himself as if he's trying to convince himself of a tough but necessary... Oh, is that necessary? Yeah, I can never spell necessary either. Decision. I can read that it's wrong. Ask me to correct it. It's a mild form of dyslexia that a lot of people have it, actually, quite a lot. That you can read anything and you can tell if it's spelled wrong, but you couldn't correct the spelling yourself most of the time unless you've learned it parrot fashion. Yeah, Tom Jones has it, I have it, Einstein had it, what's the other professor called? Brian Cox, he's got it. And all of us have another thing in common, we're all creatives as well. So there you go. I wouldn't say we have genius in common because, me, I don't think so. Right, the Peacekeeper begins mumbling and ranting to himself, as if he's trying to convince himself of a tough but necessary decision that must be made. Or do you want it... you want it more threatening? Like, the Peacekeeper begins mumbling and ranting to himself, as if he is trying to convince himself that he's trying... Gamel1111 has just resubscribed. They've subscribed for 10 months. Thank you very much. Yeah, I can make it a little more sinister. If I just change the tone of a couple of words and kind of insert a little comma. Yeah. Record this if you want. The Peacekeeper begins mumbling and ranting to himself, as if he is trying to convince himself of a tough but necessary decision that must be made. Or we can, we can go back to bedtime story and have it. The peacekeeper begins mumbling and ranting to himself. It's as if he is trying to convince himself of a tough but necessary decision that must be made. Yeah, AO and voiceover. Who'd have thunk that was a recipe for a stream? I'll download this from YouTube. If you want any bits done, PM me on Discord, and I'll record them properly and give you WAV files at 24-bit, 48 kilohertz sample rate. That should be what you're recording your audio at for video. Especially if it's live recorded audio, you definitely want to be 24-bit because you've suddenly added another 40 dB to your dynamic range, which brings your noise floor right down. Do all your audio in that format. You will find it does start to sound better, and it's much easier to be very accurate with it. Plus, that's 24-bit, 48 kilohertz. Make sure your sound, everything on your system is all set exactly to that. And you will suddenly find and then make sure the videos you're making are in that format as well, because then when it's converted to 320-bit at 48 kilohertz, it's got so many kind of particulates within the waveform it can choose from, but it'll do it without any sort of distortion. Whereas if you go 16 to 24, you can get all kinds of weird anomalies and glitches in the sound. And you're thinking, what have I done wrong in my render settings? It's a mismatch. Sample rate mismatch is half the problem usually for that. Ask me how I know that. Trial and error in the 90s with slow tools. That's how we know that. Right, Shadowlands, let's go and do something productive. Experience, I think, more than wisdom there. Hours and hours of slow tools. You mentioned something about a similarity with Einstein. That could explain that. That's where the similarity ends. One, he could hold down a full-time job as a patent clerk and solve the mysteries of the universe in his head. I make AO videos, talk too much, and play guitar. There's a bit of a difference. Just saying. Yeah, staring at a clock tower. Yeah, what it was doing the job of a patent clerk was so... it'd be like you or me painting a wall to him. Yeah, you gotta be paying some amount of attention to it, but you can kind of do it and chew gum at the same time. That kind of sort of thing. Right, we'll get a doja for tomorrow. The other thing, if you want to record yourself doing voiceover, you should have headphones on that you can hear you coming through the microphone more than you can hear you in your head. And it will be uncomfortable at first, but then you start to get used to the sound of your voice coming through the microphone until it just feels natural. That's kind of... Well, that and just doing it enough, you just start to get used to how you sound, and it doesn't bother you anymore. Like now, I'm more used to how my voice sounds on a microphone than any other way. To the point where it doesn't actually sound that different to me. They sound the same. Mind you, I have got quite a decent, you know. I use Morph Vox Pro and get bad delay. Is that to change your voice or something? Or, I mean, on my console, I've got a direct versus input knob. So what I'm literally doing is I can dial in real time exactly what's coming out of the microphone and the sound of the game, and then headphone volume next to it, so I can always hear myself direct. There's no software involved. This is what the preamp's doing, you know, like an analog mixing desk would do. More Fox. So I have to stand up and improv the voices with hand gestures. What? just speak. Don't worry about your voice. Your voice is fine. Well, I already had kind of that. I got a different microphone for doing videos and stuff, because I do have like an SM58 and an SM57, and I used to use the SM58 for backup vocals in bands and stuff, and that's kind of great. It's kind of a world standard microphone, you know what I mean? And then the SM57 is known for sounding great on guitar cabs, and it does. But for spoken word, they can be a bit harsh, especially over longer periods. And because I was making longer format video, I thought, oh, maybe I need a nice condenser mic. Tried one. They are nice, but they're not ideal when you're playing on a computer at the same time. Normally they're used in a vocal booth, which is like a virtually soundproof, acoustically treated thing the size of a wardrobe that's completely dead. So I made my room more that, and then got a dynamic microphone which kind of ignores background noise far, far more. You know, it's only really sensitive when you're quite close up. It does, yeah. You don't. I didn't start sounding natural even on my own videos, and I think until toward the end of the Fatty Balls playthrough, it sounds slightly forced, even to me as well. But it was like, one day I was like really annoyed at the world in general. I can't remember why. I've forgotten now. Yeah, if it's picking up your computer van, then your gain is way too high. You need to be much closer to your mic, like between 3 and 6 inches away, and then cover all your reflective surfaces. So the likes of walls and stuff. You've seen a picture. Hang on, I'll show it you in a second. That's the microphone I'm talking through now. Those are my studio monitors and the other thing. See, I've just put whatever I could find. So carpet underlay, the insides of old sofa cushions when we changed sofas, all ended up on the walls. I don't care, it looks crap. Sounds great. That looks awesome. That looks like a bloody someone burgled the house and then turned it upside down is what that looks like. But it's very hodgepodge, and you know, if I had loads of money, then yeah, I'd go out and buy the acoustic foam and all that, but it's bloody expensive. So the real stuff, don't buy the crap on Wish. It's not acoustic foam, it's packing foam sprayed black. We have now found out I said it was a mess, and it didn't say it was unhygienic. I mean, all those cushions have been through the washing machine, you know. Even though they were ours, the underlay, well, it's underlay, it's been under a carpet. Come on, come out of the water, you horrible little thing. Are you bugged? You're bugged, aren't you? Come on, that's it. I knew he was regenning heat. Yeah, and then we had like a camper bed on an old... we had bunk beds for the girls when they were little, and this is the bottom part which doubled as a sofa. And it ended up getting wrecked as they got older because it was never meant for big kids, you know, teenagers. So it ended up getting destroyed. But I just pulled the cushion off it because it was really heavy, thick stuff, and I thought, oh, that'll be good for stuff. Balls of Steel, welcome to the stream, and thank you for the resub. I've been doing voiceover clips for Bigmanforce. Well, not really. I've been auditioning them, more accurately. Yeah, but you'd want like a proper recording, not something ripped from Twitch. Yeah, if you want to blend sound in your video, especially if you've got a scene that's set outdoors and stuff like that, look into, you know, large cathedral reverbs and run them all through at the same time, but with the reverb really, really quiet. And it will tie, it's like glue, it glues all the audio together. It sounds like it's all taking place inside the same world space. It's a trick that's used in games a lot. You know, if you play something like Skyrim, you're in a big cavernous room. Well, yeah, but you can learn anything, can't you? You know, that's the point. You don't have to sign up for Skillshare, my sponsor for this stream. But you know, use Skillshare, Kalos. /Kalos2 for a discount, and the first 100 sign-ups will get the first 3 months free. Now, I can't imagine they'd ever contact me. I get contacted by mobile game companies. I've been contacted not by Raid Shadow Engine, some other thing, saying, you know, could you do a promo spot in one of your videos? And I was like, what's it for? And they said, here's the script, and I read it, and I was like, no, your game's not that. It's one of these addictive mobile games. No, I'm not doing that. Screw you. I'd have to be real desperate for the money to do it. I won't say who it was, just in case, you know, one day I need the money. But, you know. Do you know how many mobile games I have on my mobile? 0. Diddly. Squat. Nothing. And there never will be. I don't like small screen gaming. It's just not my thing. And I see too many people really like, especially like the gambling thing, you know. Candy Crush. Oh god, yeah. Mrs. Callis 2 plays it, but she never spends any real money with it. Thank God. She's too smart for that. But she likes to play it in the evenings, you know. She'll be watching Bones for the umpteenth time. Not saying she's got a bit of a crush on the guy in it, but, you know. But she'll watch that and have, hey, tomorrow's Doja. She'll have that running and just be playing Candy Crush, like half watching, half doing that, and then, you know, then goes off and makes a sandwich. Yeah, how can you play games all the time as they kill 5 hours on Candy? Well, Candy Crush is more, it's more, do you remember fidget spinners being a thing? I mean, essentially they were the monetization of worry beads. They were just remarket. You've heard of worry beads, yeah? You know, the old Catholic / Jewish mothers, you know, with the beads and whatnot, and they'd be like, you know, fiddling with them all the time. People gave me them through the drive-through when I worked in one. Someone gave me a worry stone. Yeah, they're just a thing to fiddle with. Some people pick at old scars, or, you know, it's like a subconscious thing, you know. I've never done it. I've never had that, you know. Gazzy09, welcome to the stream. Yeah, poppers and but I mean that's marketing and reselling you something that already existed as though it's new. You know, like skateboards coming out for the third and fourth time, you know. I remember the first craze in the 70s, around the same time as Star Wars, you know. And, you know, this new thing you wouldn't understand. What? Don't talk twonk, mate. I saw this nearly 40 years ago. What are you talking about, you know? Yeah, it is sort of like that. I mean, I do this sometimes, like voiceover playthrough. Let's talk to Essence Hunter. So, you have come to aid in our struggle against the Defilers. That I have, he said. We'll do AAA FPS game, macho white male as my character, Essence Hunter. It is indeed fortunate that you are here, for we have made a discovery. For some time, the leaders of the Unredeemed have been separating their soul from their corporeal form. Unless we track these down, these fragments of their soul, their body will forever regenerate. Should you choose to help us, then we would ask you go out and destroy the familiars. Okay, AAA video game guy. I will do what I can to stop the Unredeemed. You have made the right decision. Now, there are those amongst the familiars that are stronger than the others. We would not like you to risk your lives where it is not needed. It is for you to choose your challenge. I will undertake the greatest challenge. With lots of testosterone. I used to get anxious in the drive-thru sometimes, so I would draw fake tattoos on my hand to avoid conversation. Oh right, yeah, that's another, yeah, I get it. Where the hell is this mission? I wouldn't do a hard mission anyway. I'm gonna do it. It's in the wrong area, so. Delete mission. But yeah, I mean, you can voiceover to me is just like it's just playing, you know. It is just basically that. Right, that I have. You know, I'm not going to do it every time. I mean, it just gets ridiculous. You know what? I've got to roll 15 times to get a mission. No. Right. You can avoid bugging this guy so he stops talking to you if you see the goodbye prompt. See, it's done that now, and he won't talk to me. Target him, run off in any direction you like until his target bar vanishes. Like so. And then when you run back, you're brand new to him. You've in a way reset your interaction with him. It's fun. I try to do so many voices that they are totally going to tell it's me. Well, like you created something with beep up, up, beep up, you know, or whatever. You created something there, and people, you know, people latched onto it. So, you know, don't do yourself down, dude. Don't do yourself down. It's like Arnold Schwarzenegger said, you know, they thought a couple of the lines he had in Terminator, the first movie, would stick and people would repeat them, and none of those lines stuck, and people just picked their own, and they keep doing them now, you know, to this day. I'll be back, you know, however he does it. I'll be back. It's so dead the way he does it. I'll be back. There's a lot of B in that. Yeah, he wanted to redo it, and someone else said, no, just leave it, it's right, you're playing an android, you're not supposed to be completely convincing, you know. And people just picked up on that line, you know. John Wayne with get off your horse and drink your milk. You know, like telling a kid he's too young to be going out on whatever the hell it was they were going to do, you know? Trying to save him. And people just thought it was a great put down, and it wasn't. It was John Wayne's character's trying to save someone that's young and eager but likely to get themselves killed following him, and he doesn't want it on his conscience, and he doesn't want them to die and all the fallout from them dying. Well, do you feel lucky, punk? You can do most of Clint Eastwood's lines if you clench your teeth first. You'll probably sound more like him than anything else, because that's how he sounds doing those lines. If you go back to the film and watch him doing them, his teeth are clenched. You know, like he's in a boxing ring, his jaw's locked. You don't want to get his teeth knocked out and all the rest of it. You can do enough with just your voice that you don't need to put things in your mouth. I mean, you will change the way your voice sounds and the way you pronounce words, but I don't think you need to do all that. Just experiment. I mean, your mouth is always there. You know. Right, time for some Lobby research acceleration. So, exploration 5, matter creation, something, sense imp. Okay, we'll get that 5 out of the way, then do a little on that one there, I think. This is a motivating and inspiring. Come on, you did voices when you were a little kid. You just got to remember to play again, that's all. You think back to when you were a little kid, you always did voices. You know, the teacher said something and you went, and the teacher said, you had no, you know, afterthought or anything else about expressing yourself doing it then when you were like 10 or whatever, you know. You've just got to get back in touch with that now. That's all it is. Stop feeling that you're being judged because it's you doing the judging, you know. That is the cap, isn't it? 1275,000 or whatever the hell that is. Yeah, that's the cap. This is why I do mediums. Quite doable. Not difficult. You can kind of have a video on at the same time and be, you know, like get Netflix on the second monitor and start watching something, you know. And just especially on Keeper, it was just tab Q, carry on watching Star Trek or whatever the hell it was. I got loads of research done like that in the evenings. Well, they're all fundamentally going to sound like you, but then you take what makes the accent sound different and then push that a little bit, you know. So you take the thing that is at your mouth is doing or you're doing emotionally with your voice, and then just push it a little further and a little further until you break it, you know, and then dial it back to where you actually want it, you know. I mean, this me talking to you now, this is how I talk. This is, you know, my son walked in, I go, what do you want? I would sound exactly the same talking to him, my friends, my extended family, whatever. You know, this is how I sound. And I've always done voices and stuff, you know, because we were talking about Monty Python or something like that. You've got to do the voice, you know. What is your name? And what is your quest? What is the airspeed velocity of an unladen swallow? You know, you do it. You do it for a joke after a drink, don't you? You know, and everyone's laughing, and yeah, you're not Spike Milligan doing that line, but everyone's getting it. So that's all it is. It's just getting back in touch with that sort of inner sort of child that didn't care about anything like that. Yeah. 'Tis but a scratch. No, it's not, your bloody arms off. I've had worse. She turned me into a newt. I got better. You know, it's all there. It's all there. You've been doing it your whole life. You've just never stuck a microphone in front of yourself to do it. That's all. Gamel, my wife says I'm multi-talented. Apparently I can throw my voice. The wife says I'm always talking out of my arse. I'm here all week, folks. Yeah, it's a pretty good one, that. Yeah, if you've got any more lines, I'll do them. I don't mind. It's up to you. It's whether you want, you know, because the problem is, it's not just me. It's like the whole persona of Kalos 2 being in your work. You know what I mean? If nobody knew who I was, then it would be fine. They just probably think it was you. Or that you hired someone, or it's a really good, you know, text-to-speech program or something like that, maybe. But you make AO videos with my voice in them, people are probably going to go, wait a minute, I know that voice. So it's up to you. I don't mind doing it at all. It adds to it. The community will recognise it, and also those who don't will be more immersed. Yes, because immersion. Yes, you have to have the immersion. This is why you want an acoustically neutral or dead room when you record vocal audio. Number one, you can add reverbs and things later because it's completely dead. Number two, the voice is disembodied. So it feels like the voice is inside the media they're seeing. So they're not hearing the... Like, you can't tell how big the room I am in right now is. Your brain can't tell because there's none of the acoustics that you would normally hear inside a room are hitting the microphone because I've put stuff all over the walls to prevent it happening. So all you actually hear is my voice going into the mic. As soon as it hits, my voice hits a wall. Instead of bouncing off and getting back into the microphone after going around the room a few times, it doesn't get any further than that wall, if that makes sense. And then the walls behind me also have a ton of stuff on them because I mean, it's not my invention. That's how it's done. You know, that's how I always saw it. You know, someone went in to do the vocal. They went into the vocal booth, and it was usually, you know, some arrangement of, you know, unless it was an expensive, proper, you know, funded studio that was working. Then they'd have a room with a small glass panel. And the rest of the room, all four walls, the door and the ceiling all had this, you know, expensive padding on it. Exploration 5 is done. So that's added. Let's have a look. Our survey says 20 to matter creation. Sense Imp, we need game. What was Safari Guide? Why have I stopped there? One hand edge, agility, matter met. Don't need now. I think I'm okay. Sense Imp, agility. Yeah, just not a lot. And you want to put it on a bus so it all gets fed through at the same time. Don't drag and drop effects onto footage. Oh God, hang on. Let's... Here we go. All right. Well, you're better off doing it in Vegas. Trust me on this. You can download decent VSTs. You want to do it via busing. And what I mean by that is this is how you would do it in a studio. So there's audio track 1. See there? And these are the effects that will run on that track all the time it is doing. And they're all chained to master. So in master, I can go, okay, and I mean, it has a bazillion things there. So I can go into Studio Reverb like that. So this track and this track will eventually get to this track. So let's go into here and let's add Great Hall. There we go, we're adding Great Hall. So I'm going through whatever I've done here, you know, to keep, like there I've got EQ. And then I've got that as well, just to tweak a couple of things. So here's the episode I recorded. You guys will... I probably have to add this as a source, I think. Or you're not going to hear it. Let me play this and see if it comes through first. Trying to do AO stream and this. Yeah, it's using a master bus, yeah. No, it's not. How do I get it to go through? I think, no. I'd have to make a video showing you how it works. But what's happening is the signal from me talking there so if I play it, it doesn't... No, wait, let's get one with a visual display on it so you can see what I'm talking about. I've got loads of this stuff. VSTs and stuff like that. So, Zone 5, reverb. Okay. See, it's got VU meters in it. So we're going to go with Cathedral. Oh, no, let's go for Arena. And it's done all the under the hood stuff. But, I mean... You know, there's a lot going on in there. But as soon as I start playing, the audio from this track is now being fed to the master over here. So when I start playing... No, it's not doing it. Why? That's bussing through master. Master is over here. Yeah, you guys can't hear that because of it's using its own stereo busing and it's not going through the thing. But yeah, you would do it like that. Same with effects. So you see here, this intro you've seen a million times. So the video, this thing here, that is a transparent AVI. And the only effect on it is I've changed the size slightly, I think, and then colour replace. So it's actually in white, but I've made it red because I like the red. Then I've got this, which is that little thing there. And what happens with that is it just zooms across the course of the video. See the Anarchy symbol getting bigger and bigger? But it's a transparent PNG. And then the adjustment layer at the bottom has a blur effect which slowly comes into focus. So when you get to about here, it's virtually back in focus. But it's only affecting everything under it, which is this. And then a straight title with a wipe. And then above all that is an adjustment layer to correct it for YouTube, which it literally has three-way colour correction. Like that. And a tiny bit of sharpening. It goes from 0 to 100, so I've got it on 5, which tells you how much, but it does make a difference for YouTube. How it counts pixels and stuff like that. Keeps the quality much higher when it eventually does it. So all of those adjustments are being done via that, whereas the footage remains unchanged. You'll find that it renders a lot faster, and also you can scrub a lot easier. Have I got another project I could maybe show you? Soto Mahoney, welcome to the stream. Doing all kinds of mad crap at the moment. Yeah, there you go. That's probably not got the footage left anymore. Oh, it does. There you go. So there's the DG Voodoo tutorial. And you can see it's all basically set the same way. Then... yeah, I think in Vegas, you put them over to the right-hand side. Demo... yeah, there you go. Yeah, so you can see here. Oh, actually, I'll... window, workplace. That's the view windows over on the right. So, single monitor, and there we go. So with here, that's not coming through. The audio from this is just not coming through to you guys. I don't think, anyway. That's the Arc playfield with ray tracing on it. Yeah, you guys aren't hearing the audio. How can I get it to... it should be coming out via there. Let me... edit. Preferences. Audio hardware. It might be to do with that. Yeah, there's my M-Track ASIO. Map output for desktop audio. You guys should hear it. Is it something I've got to add? Have I got to add another thing? Maybe that's it. I've got to add this program to the thing, I think, possibly. Okay, so... how do I add another track to there? Right, hang on. Add... audio... capture, do I want to do... window capture. Add source. And... right, there we go. So I've added that as a brand new source. Will it work now? Will it capture just video? Tell me if you guys can hear the video from this. I don't think you're hearing it. Hang on. There's no sound. Okay. I think it's because Adobe takes exclusive control of the audio. So yeah, it's not doing it basically. Yeah, it's a shame. But what I wanted to show you was that what I'd actually done is gone and gotten these are files from the game. These are actual sound files from the game that I've then converted on sample type into in-game ones to create this. But yeah, I've got ray tracing via... let's close all this down now. Get rid of that. Right, okay. So you've got... that's how you should be doing it, is rather than trying, you know, to do everything on a singular piece of footage and then having to reapply all the effects on the next one, you use an adjustment layer, edit the effects so the cut between what scene 1 and scene 2 looks correct for you, and then above it you have an adjustment layer, and in the adjustment layer is where you're adding your effects for video effects, etc. In something like Premiere, you've got a load of pre-installed animations and stuff, So you can have screen shakes, zooms, pan, all kinds of stuff. And go in and, and then customize them to what you want and save them as a new thing. Rather than trying to do every single bit of it manually, Yeah, the reshades add in the ray tracing. So that you do that to the adjustment layer, because otherwise you're making twice the work for your workstation. So as you're doing it, you're asking it to do a lot more. If you add the effects to the adjustment layer, it does the edit, caches it, and then does the effects on top of it. If you've got effects on 2 clips and try and do a transition between both of them, it really, really lowers your render time. Also make sure, I don't know if Vegas has CUDA. I've got CUDA rendering with an NVIDIA card, and with Adobe, it will utilize the CUDA cores on the graphics card, which really speeds it up. And it does use them. CUDA. It's an acronym, but I can't remember what it actually stands for. He said with an itchy ear he was trying to scratch. This has been a stream of virtually nothing. Cougar. You got Cougar from that, did you? We're talking about video editing and processing, and from that, Gamel gets Cougar. Oh yeah, baby. Oops, my nad. Do you know what nads are in Britain? Do you know what they're slang for? Oh my god, he was thinking with his nads, yeah. Your nads are your plums, your you get kicked in the middle of the trousers and you might say, oh, my nads. So you've just said I was thinking with my nad. Go nads. Nads, You never heard that? Gonads. Remember Buster Gonad and his unseasonably large testicles in Viz comic back in the day? Yeah, nads is Gold Sphere, Spec 4 Book 1. Kicked in the nads. Yeah, that's definitely. I'm not making that up. That's a thing. So you saying I was thinking with my nad? He's only got one. Let him have it. Let him have the cougar. You started Googling it when I laughed. You were like, what's that about? Why is he laughing? Yeah. Well, there you go. Hey, no joke. One of my subscribers and Annie streams as well lost one lad to testicular cancer. So it's not a joking matter, except he can joke about it. Because, the guy's lucky to be alive. And glad to be alive. Went through hell with that, poor sod. It ain't no joke. Check them out every time you have a shower. Check them out. Earlier you catch anything like that, the better. Oh look, I thought it was going to be a vector thingy. I think since they've done daily login rewards, I've lost count of how many vector ND shotguns I've actually put on GMI for 1 credit. I think I put them on for 1 credit and there's like 100 other listings for the exact same thing for the same price. And then like one hopeful guy that wants $1 million for it. Yes, I was thinking with my nad. Yeah, kicked in the nads. It's definitely... I don't even think it's just British, is it? Stinky pots. Assist Mr. Hand. That, yeah, with common saying in America, yeah, because it's like a slang or an abbreviation of gonads, which is a proper word, I think. Is it a proper word? Another euphemism, using the mouse with the left hand tonight. How are we doing? Is it moving? Because we're not capping anymore. It's nice when it's capping in these and you're like, yay, look at it go! But now it's not, so yeah. Noah, welcome to the stream. You've missed a lot of the fun. Me trying to do voiceover for Bigmanforce. Which I've said, for reals, I'll do it if you want. I'm just kind of concerned that, I don't know. Just it might overtake everything else, and it should be his creation, and you know I should just be an afterthought within it, kind of thing. If I'm doing that kind of job, you know. It was like it happened. Kimbari, they've changed the name on YouTube to something else now. I think that's your man. Okay. I did one video for him, didn't I? Where I played somebody called Mouse. And I had no idea what the character was. I imagined they weren't very big because they were called Mouse, but you know. In the story he was telling, you know, he was doing something cinematic within Anarchy Online. It was really cool as well. Try and do Aliens on the laptop on Sunday. The 3 FPS experience. Who cares? XP! Anyone want to do 12-man and try and get some cloth? Sure. View distance 1 meter, no effects. Yeah, and you'll still get down to 3 FPS. And your laptop starts catching fire. What percent am I at in here? 92%. I need to find one more mob somewhere in this mission to finish it quickly. You're always on the laptop. I can't see any more mobs. Come on, there must be some somewhere. Please. I come to you in my hour of great need. There isn't, is there? I'm going to have to go and kill Mordeth and pray for a completion. Otherwise, no reward for you. Let's also go back to a big one for the hand-in. Before I forget and then cry about it later. I must have missed a mob, or I need to open a few chests and hope we get nasties somewhere. At least the Orgbot hasn't died. It's done really well, I would say. And there's one more down here somewhere. Is it always laptop for you, is it? Are you playing over Wi-Fi as well? Because if you can hook up via Ethernet, do it. I know modern Wi-Fi is really, really good. But if you can get a straight, you know, Cat5 connection, it's better. For gaming and stuff. If you've got a router of any kind, you know, where your internet comes in, it should have at least 4 network ports on it usually. I am Beck, he says. Yes, but you're in Denmark. What kind of connection have they got in Denmark? They got direct to home fibre, haven't they? What's your internet connection like, Savik? Come on, be honest. How good is your internet in Denmark? Netherlands, sorry. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's fibre to the door. We're about 2 years off, they reckon, from that where I live. I can't wait. It'll make uploading to YouTube a damn sight better. 20 megabyte a second is my max at the moment. Right, 100%. Let's kill him, and then we can go and do a 12-man maybe. Yeah, fibre, 1 gigabyte. Yep. Give it to me. Yeah, mine's... well, you pay for 80 down, 20 up. We get 77 down, which is really good, actually, given our distance from the main box. So that's it. I've been doing all my 1,000, like nearly 2,000 videos on YouTube. Have all been squeezed up that DSL thing. You're waiting at the 12-man door since the stream started. You're being hopeful. Yeah, I think in Sony Vegas you put the audio effects over on the right-hand side. And you can download some VST ones as well. You can get free ones. Yay, Cap. Trying to think now. Right, screen cap time. If you go to Reaper VST, these are the Reaper is a this guy Glenn Fricker. He's brilliant. I love him. He records heavy rock. So get the 64-bit Reaper things here. It's a DAW, so it's a digital audio workstation. It's not for video really, and it's for mixing. You know, I mean, he's mixed actual albums and stuff on it. But it comes with a lot of plugins, and they give you these ones for free. So if you install them, you should be able to use them within Sony Vegas, and it should be pretty good. I've got a gazillion because I had Catewalk for years and years and years. So I bought a load of the Isotope ones, which I've still got and I still use. I mean, the only thing I'm using from them on this is... hang on, I'll show you guys now. Can I... no, what have I moved? Oh, it was an image. That's okay. Right, so here's my audio feed. So I've got Nectar. And so there's Nectar, but all I'm using on it is 2 compressors, like that. So there's my voice going in, yeah, into that one, and it just pushes down anything that's a little too loud to keep it similar sort of volume level, and a second one which is doing something similar again, but the two together sound pretty good. Then for EQ, there you go. You can see there's a bit of a dominant frequency just there at 130 hertz. So I just cut that. It does that, but you can't even hear that because anything over 15k doesn't come across when you're streaming anyway, or watching on YouTube. So that's me talking in there. You can see how much bass there is in my voice. So the red line is what I'm getting rid of. See, the purple line is how it characterizes my voice. It's too bass heavy, so I'm cutting bass out to make it a little more natural sounding. And then finally this one, which was from Cakewalk. There you go. I just use the expander on it. What that does, you can see here, it just silences things when I stop speaking. See that? That's turning the volume down whenever I stop. And it's better than any noise gate or noise reduction. It's better than the RTX voice for me. That's it. So that's all I'm adding to my voice. I'm just taking some of the low end off, smoothing out the volume, and then getting rid of any background noise. That's it. That's all I do. I've seen people do 50 gazillion, effects to make their voice sound like mine, and I'm trying to remove bass and stop it being compressed sounding. Whereas most people try and boost the bass to try and make it sound more bassy. It's like, don't do that. People can tell. They'll know. Yeah, don't do it. Don't try and add bass to your voice. Just move yourself closer to the microphone and it will hear the inherent bass in your voice the way that you hear it. Like I'm doing now. I am now about an inch away from my microphone. And this is how it sounds. It's called the proximity effect. The bass sounds coming from your voice spread out very, very quickly, so you hear them much more loudly than everybody else does. However, if you go all the way up to the microphone, then the way you sound to yourself is how the microphone is hearing you, because it is in much closer proximity to you. For most voices, this is overpowering. And it also feels a bit like someone's in your ear hole, so it can be a bit personal kind of thing. So I'm normally here, which is 6 inches away from the microphone, give or take. So yeah, there you go. That's how you get more bass on a voice when you're recording yourself. Don't turn the low end up on an EQ. Don't do it. Everyone can tell. What you want to do instead is just get closer to the microphone. That's all you've got to do. And you want to kind of put it just like the corner side of your mouth near the mic and talk forward across the front. Otherwise, it'll do that. Distort like hell. I'm going to get a big box, unfold it, make a mini soundbox station. Yeah, you've got to think about when sound's coming out of your mouth, believe it or not, it does move in a circle, not straight ahead, although the higher frequencies do move straight ahead. But the low end doesn't. It spreads out in all directions. And it also passes through more and more material than high frequencies because it oscillates fewer times. So, there's that. Right, let's get the old client up and we'll go and do 12-man if we can. Someone was asking in guild chat, so I'll try and do it. No, there's much easier ways of doing it than that. Savik, are you busy at the moment? Do you want to come in on your keeper or something? I'll come on dock. Okay, I'll come on. I'll come on the dock. Yeah. Yeah, if I did the same thing with that short paragraph. We last saw Bebop bepping his way to the ICC shuttleport after making his daily deliveries to the old Athen vendors. See, that's just moving. It's called the proximity effect. Just about every cardioid pattern microphone has that effect. Omni microphones generally don't, but all cardioid, supercardioid, which is most microphones in fact, do have that effect. So if you want, I mean, if you're recording on a headset mic, forget it. It can't deal with low end anyway. You're never going to have it sound like that. You just won't. Sorry. The diaphragm is tiny. It can't handle those frequencies. It just won't do it. The membrane on the mic is just tiny, and you know. The other trick to getting a clean recording is if you live in a quiet area, is go outside and record yourself in the open air. If you've got plenty of space around you, like the middle of a field or something, and you record yourself, there's no room acoustics, there's no echo, there's nothing, because you're just in a big open space. Well, yeah, I mean, for me, you'd have seagulls, birds, idiots with that are too fond of their car horn, you know, and 1,000,001 other things. I.T.O. Derry, where are you? You're not on thing. Heading to 12-man. Yeah, it's something that's been done before. People recording themselves, you know, outdoors in the middle of nowhere. But it's an outdoors in the middle of nowhere that's quiet. You're looking for team, okay. I live 100 kilometres inland, but there's still plenty of birds, yeah. I am right on the coast, so, yeah. Not a chance. Especially at certain times of the day when the birds come back in from the sea and wherever they've been, you know, to roost. My God, they're noisy. But because I live here and all the rest of it, and you kind of get used to it, you know. Yeah, I decided I had to relog and jump onto the old client for 12-man. And using the new client on 12-man is pretty... But yeah, if you've only got something like a headset mic, they're not up to it. They're really not. I know there's people like the Angry Joe Show. He's got like one of the most expensive headsets in the world, and it's still not good enough. He thinks it is, and he keeps using it for his show, and it's like, dude, no, it isn't. There's something wrong with your ears if you think that sounds okay. You know, it's a weird one, that. Why he thinks it's acceptable. I mean, for playing games with each other so you can communicate, yeah, sure, it's fine. It's perfect. It's really good for that. But for something somebody's going to be listening to, possibly on nice speakers or good headphones or earbuds, nah, dude, it's really not. Audio dyslexia. He could just have poor tonal hearing. I don't, you see. I hear pitch really, really well. Being a musician, hey, you know, you would hope so. So tonally I can hear a lot of difference on EQ and stuff like that, you know. We need a crap. No names. Londis, I summon you. You can probably manifest the sounds in your... Yeah, kind of. Yeah. I suppose, yeah. Years and years of playing music, working with musical equipment and all the rest of it. Yeah, to a certain extent, what I hear in my head, I instinctively know how to like Tesla, but with... No, I'm not any kind of a genius. For God's sake, I'm getting more water. I'm like Joe. I'm probably like average intelligence, you know. Maybe a couple of points higher than average, but I doubt it, you know. Give me a sec. Need help. Yeah, I mean, the more people we have in here, the better, generally speaking, with 12-man. I'm sure it can be done with 3 people, but I would prefer not to be in that situation. Can you draw at all, Bigmanforce? I mean, even like stick figures. Storyboard the ideas. I just daydream them and then add them. That's called being creative. That is literally the definition. Like the greatest composer in the world starts off with a little thing while he's daydreaming, and some other part of his brain interjects, well, look, this little thing, this little seed, this little acorn, you know? And then they build on it. And that's the skill and determination part of things. The talent is that initial spark. Yeah, that's yeah. I mean, you know, when I was like determined to be a rock star or something, I spent a long time visualizing myself being good on the guitar. You become what you see. Like doing those mucking about doing those voices. When you're a kid, what you do is imagine yourself sounding like the voice you're trying to do. But because you're a kid, you just go all in for it. You don't hold back. You just go 100% all in and you do it. You know, you commit and you're all in on it. And that's the difference. You ever read the book Think and Grow Rich? No, I never, ever, ever read books like that. Like the amount of ads I see on YouTube now for, I have been a successful stock trader, this trader, the other thing, and all the rest of it. And subscribe for my, it's pyramid sales. You know, subscribe and become a teacher like me and you can make money, and you're just going to end up with a load of crap and a bloody overdraft at the bank. You know, it ain't going to work. They are a Ponzi scheme, I think you call it. Pyramid scheme, we call them in the UK. They're illegal in the UK. Generally, they're for simple products that already exist, that nobody needs to manufacture again, and they're just sort of like, all it does is the people at the bottom end up with a garage full of crap they can't get rid of, and the people at the top running off with the money, you know. Become rich in the way you think. Oh, that's more interesting. You can teach yourself to think, you know. There is a thing of teaching yourself to think. And it's not normally taught to people anymore. It used to be, you know, as a matter of fact. in school. Do you know when you used to get questions in school? 2 trains leave the platform, one travelling at 40 kilometres per hour and the other one travelling at 60 kilometres per hour. The train on the right is travelling at but makes 3 stops along the way, reducing its speed for 30% of the journey, or for 30 kilometres of the journey to this. So what it does is it presents you with like a real life thing you've got to figure out, and then lets you use your actual thinking to come up with ways of using the nuts and bolts of mathematics to figure it out, rather than what's 9 divided by 3. You know, here's 3 answers A, B, C. You know, just basing everything on recall. Education used to be about teaching you to use your mind to think, and here's the tools you need to solve something once you've figured it out. He has a twisted den. Twisted den. Yeah, you can literally self-brainwash yourself. You can. But, you know, only wash the dirty part. Yeah, that's true. If all you do is look at the world in a negative way and only see the worst possible scenario in everything and the worst possible intention in a person, that becomes your reality. It literally becomes your reality. The oldest version of that is you reap what you sow. So it wasn't just, you know, being mean to people, they'll be mean back to you. It was broader than that in its intent, but very small and catchy, which is actually a thing in itself. You know, sayings that rhyme or are short and catchy have a certain grouping and name when it comes to thinking and arguing. I see so much of it on Discord, it's comical. You know, there's so much, man, she did it first. Who bit who? Please, Peter bit me. Yeah, but he bit me first. You know, I see arguments like that on Discord by people that think they're clever. And I'm like, you guys are in kindergarten or something. What's the matter with you? You know, discuss things like a bloody adult. Christ's sake. You know. We're going to do it. I'm like, that's exactly right, Savik. I am embarrassed you play the same game as me. Seriously. Get a grip. Stop. Get some help. That meme, you know, I don't know, I assume he's American. He looks a little bit like the actor, in fact, it might even be the actor, but younger, who was, he played Ray Charles. He's brilliant. He was so good at Ray Charles. I cannot think of his name just now. No idea, but kindergarten, mate. When people are using arguments like that, you know you're in kindergarten with them. You know, so... It has to be a raid for 12-man, doesn't it? Yeah, well, it's just because we're talking about thinking and how to use your brain and perception affecting the way the world actually is for you. You know, and I was like, well, yeah, well, case in point, only this morning. We don't have a crat. We could do with one. Sav, if I swap to Krat and you swap to Keeper, because we've already got another Keeper, that would work better. What do you think? You go Doc, I'll go Krat. Yeah, it would be. I'll log mine. I just put those guys on block. I just block them. I'm not interested. Now and again, I'll just like click show message just to see if they've got any better. And it's like, what can you do? You know, you can't help someone that doesn't want to be helped. I mean, hopefully they'll get there in the end. I don't know. Right, let's break out. Fatty Boars. Yeah, how we think, does evolve, because education evolves, the world is evolving, Right, I'm on LFT. I didn't pass lead to anyone, so I don't know who has lead now. Just quickly make some pets. Londis. Londis. And one of them. Ooh. No raid locks. Oh, but I have got touched by the Ancient for 10 minutes. Yeah, I saw it. I figured it. I'm a dumbass. Does it? I don't know if I've got res cans on this tune. Probably not. I think they're all on the ones I've been leveling. That's going to be faster though. Res is only 4 minutes anyway. It's not worth it. Won't. Res is what, 5 minutes? By the time you've run here, I've already resed, really, haven't I? So. Oh, but I won't have composite moochums. God damn, too late. I've already done it. I'll be alright. Comp moochums, I might buff myself with, actually. Seeing as Wise Guy's disappeared and he doesn't have his waifu to he's not here, so I can say it now. Aren't those res cans? Yeah, they are, yeah. Tragic music. Where am I? Probably Inferno God. Yep. Yeah, it has cleared it. I don't answer to you anymore. No! Oh, I just clicked it. No, I have rest. And they won't follow me. No! Yeah, somebody invite Savik. Before Savik explodes. I'm right behind you. Oh, don't answer any question. I just saw the negative in the sentence and assumed he wasn't doing... yeah. I sent you a very bad picture of a Jedi I drew. Where? Where did you send it? What, on Discord or? Maybe now it worked. I can't see it on Discord. I can't see you sending me a message on Discord. I don't know. Big man. There you go. Add friend. You should be able to send me stuff now. It's very dark. I can barely see that picture. I can see the lighting. Oh, there, yeah, I get it. So he's just visible in the light. That's okay, that's kind of cool. Big man, stop interrupting him. Someone's in a hurry. Ooh! Handbags at 20 paces. Yeah, Comp Moochums would be a good idea, just so I can debuff Big Zan if I need to. Last minute him. And quite often you do. Probably be alright. He is in full alphas and, you know, all the rest of it. Oh, what level are you? You got a ruin. So betting this guy's AFK. The stream branched off like a Joe Rogan podcast because of me. I think he is, yeah. Fair enough. Looks like he's just finished doing something and... oh. Little fatty balls running along. Yeah, he might have just finished a mission and parked up while he went off to go and, you know, whatever. Make a cup of tea, coffee, nip to the store, you know. Atrox Olympics, yep. I think people would get just how good Olympians are if in lanes like, in all the running races, if they just put like regular people in, you know, like 2 of the lanes or something. Like, let them have all the gear, like the top of the line running shoes and all the rest of it, and then watch how slow someone is compared to the fastest man alive or whatever, you know? Then you would realise just how unbelievable these people are. Because people go, he's not that much faster than anyone else. Yeah, because they're all world-class athletes, that's why. You know, put 2 regular people in there, like 2 beer-bellied smokers in lanes 1 and 2. Would they'd be 20 yards from the start line when the rest of everyone else would have finished, coughing and spluttering on the ground. You know. I buff you all. Someone hasn't got enough NCU. IT O'Derry. and then like a yoga instructor and a cop. But yeah, someone who's reasonably fit, and they'd still be a million miles behind them. Just wanting everybody else's buffs. Yeah, I'll save last minute just for the deranged. Also a TV thief and Gordon Ramsay. I don't know, Gordon Ramsay looks quite physically fit to me. For a guy his age, he's really well cut. I mean, I wouldn't want to fight him. He's pretty powerful looking shoulders and arms on him. And his face says, yep, I kick your ass. Yeah, just for science. I'd box him. I wouldn't have a real fight with him. Yeah, Malay's first try. Did somebody forget to yeah, spam Courage of the Just. that why keeper come. Yeah, I bet he's a... Oh, come on. Courage of the Just. What are you doing? Why you no courage? I'm gonna be here all night. Yeah, it should be on your hotbar. For this raid, I put it on a hotbar and it just gets spammed all the way through the raid non-stop. Courage comes under... Is it Psy? Sabit got a UBT on him. Yeah, good job it was on this one. Deranged is like, oh boy. We'll be alright, we'll manage this, I think. Yeah, I haven't done it since, I know what you mean, yeah. Why would it be on your hotbar if you're not in here? Yeah, I cannot that's why I switched to the old engine. Because you just can't use the new engine in here. It's completely broken, especially when the deranged Zan shows up. It's like, oh my god, what's happening? Three or four frames a second, you know? I'm waiting for him to pop, actually. Okay. Right hand's buggered off. I wonder if you can shackle that one. That'd be pretty cool, shackle them in the corner over there. I don't know if they can be shackled or not. We're getting there. Is that big guy? Okay. Okay, last minute's on deranged. We should be safe pulling the right hand now. I'm sure Fatty takes up more space, you know, on the camera. I feel like I'm not zoomed out enough. Now, the reason I used last minute on the Zan when I did was so he didn't aggro when the enforcer goes to pull the right hand who buggered off into the side corridor. If anyone's wondering about tactics. Try and pull him. I'm going to pull him to here and try and shackle him. Come on. Ah, you sod, he's not going to come. Can you bring the deranged to the middle? I'll try and shackle him. I think he maybe can't be shackled, I don't know. No, he will not be shackled. He won't be shackled, so... keep the debuffs on the other stuff. Right. Completely debuffed as much as I can now. It's scarier than... You're not a PVM. You're always bloody flagged every time I see you on your enforcer. So no, he won't shackle, which would have been nice actually. Trying to get my pet buffs back up. I like to die a lot. Is that the reason? Oh, what, like the birds? Hitchcock's The Birds. Inferred menace by numbers. That does work quite well, actually. Dead man walking. Yeah, I've left that on a few times and regretted it. Still got UBT. Nice going, Sav. Yeah, if you watch Hitchcock, The Birds, there's like a sequence where it just starts with one or two in the background just appearing while they're talking. And then slowly but surely more and more appear, and it's like it's like doesn't quite double. The pacing is very cleverly done. You watch The Birds and just and they just more and more birds are just appearing in the background, and it's like a silent menace sort of a thing. And the two people in front are completely unaware of it until one of them looks around and suddenly realizes there's hundreds and hundreds of birds around them. You know, that when before there was like 3 or 4 and it didn't really mean anything. You know, it's like, oh, you know, there's a couple of birds over there, you know, where birds would be. But then just more and more show up. I don't know how you would do that in AO, but green screen would make it better, I think. You know, like the old animated series where the agent sort of, like, it looks a bit like an old teleporter effect they've used or something. He just appears, you know, rather than like the real life what happens in AO where people just stop crouching. 4058 layers. If you look at plugins for Adobe, you can get transparent warp effects and just put them as an adjustment layer above that piece of the sequence. So, and it's very narrow, so you can put it around someone and actually create a transporter effect. Yeah, sky's the limit, really. I'm trying to think of whole movies that have actually just been done on Adobe, and there's quite a few of them. No, IT O'Derry is trying to kill Fatty. I think I'm going to be alright then. Yeah, if you Google Adobe transporter effect, you can get a free sample of it for Adobe, and it's just, you know, a plug-in layer. It's easy. And once you've got it, you just copy pasta for wherever you need it. And then you've got to, you know, finesse and get it where you want it, and change the speed and whatnot so it works as you want it to. Oh, you're getting way advanced there. Little beam shoots out, well, like Tron. There's 3 cloths and 3 weapon upgrades and a bunch of symbionts. So people wanting a cloth are going to get a cloth. Yeah, there's 3 of them, I'm guessing. You know, if there's 3, there's 3, isn't there? I told myself I was going to do 500 tutorials. My tutorials literally started out of being fed up of explaining the same thing to people over and over. You know, they came from completely the wrong place. I mean, I did. Why do we have to do this stupid quest to use a beacon or a grid nano now? And what the hell is this quest? And I'd been in the beta, so I knew what it was. So this is straight after 18.7, when tutoring devices became no drop and all kinds of bullshit like that then got reversed. So I made a video for that one quest, and then people were like, how do I get my new character out of this stupid startup area? And I was like, oh, there's a credit card, and no, under the other thing. Trying to type all that is massively time consuming. So in the end, I just made a video how to get out the fast way, and then tried to be vaguely entertaining with it, and made the video less than 5 minutes long to prove the point. And then I made about a dozen or so of those, and all the comments underneath and in-game were like, oh, I love your videos, do a let's play of AO. And I thought, you can't really do a let's play of AO. And people have tried, but I don't think it really lends it. A single-player game's more around that, where you role-play a character. I suppose you could. It'd be a lot of work, though. So instead I did, suddenly within like 2 weeks of doing that, I had like 500 subscribers on YouTube, and I went, 500 subscribers special, let's build a toon. And we got this guy. Literally. Short, with a green mohawk, fat Atrox, and make him a crap. Of course they were trolling me. So I made him anyway and put a load of top-of-the-line gear on him. And haha, who's laughing now? Yeah, that camera thing you saw me do there was Advi in elite form. Sneaking, so first-person camera. Disabled the whole GUI, and then just hold right click on the mouse and press strafe, and then slow your mouse right down so you can make smoother movements. I even did that in one of the very old videos I made that's from like 2007 on YouTube. I was trying to make a cinematic shot like that. I think I need backspace walk, and then just did that in front of a load of people. Make sure no bob. Yep. No bop. Because it's bebop. Bop, beep bop. Bop, beep bop. You're gonna make that would sell even better if you made it slightly musical. So when kids go da 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 da. Have that in the back of your mind, but don't actually do that, but just go bop beep bop beep bop beep bop deep bop, that kind of thing. That's when the party's in his own world that you narrated. Which line was that? We did quite a few, didn't we? And then we did like variations, like the what was it? David Attenborough version, and movie intro guy, and all of those, yeah. Didn't ITO Derry want a piece of cloth as well? Humming his beeps. Beep bop. Beep bop beep. Beep beep bop. I think the way to do it is actually be humming, but close the sound he's making off very rapidly. That'll make it sound quite robotic. So instead of going bom bee bom bom bee bom, make it really short, but you're still singing. So then you get bom beep bop bop beep 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 bop bop beep beep bop beep. Do you know what I mean? So there is a musicality to it, but you could manually edit it, or you could just learn to do that with your voice. So you're just closing your mouth, even though in your head you're kind of still singing a semi-tuneless sort of song. Savik would like lead, because Savik is the boss. Yeah, I always encourage anyone that does anything creative. I mean, no one encouraged me. It would have been nice if they had. So, I say no one, people did, but not many. People will always kind of go, oh, are you doing that for? Yeah. And in a way, that they don't mean to be negative. They just don't understand why anyone would do that, because they wouldn't do it. So really, that is totally a reflection on them, not you. When they're saying, come down off the table, sir, you should probably listen at that point. But, other than that. Oh, I've done some partying in my time, don't you? Don't you believe otherwise? People say, I bet you're a lot of fun at parties. 30 years ago, mate, you wouldn't have been able to keep up. Trust me. Jumping from one bus to another as they're moving around Trafalgar Square, yeah. I was that nutter. How I am still alive, I will never know. But here we are. I was calming down when I met her anyway. I was 30 I met her when I was 16, and then I met her again when I was nearly 30, by which time I'd calmed down quite a bit. She was, I have told this tale before, but one of my first ever performances, my first ever gigs, in a band, we were doing a place around here in North Wales, and we were just like guys from college who formed a band, and she was just working the bar, and she'd have been a teenager as well, because we're a similar age. I remember seeing her going, oh, I'm going to go and talk to her, she's gorgeous, and I can tell she's looking over a little bit, maybe, wait until after the show when, she'll be more impressed, and then I'll go and talk to her. But she left during the show, like her lift turned up, so she left. I was like, shit. and I was too young and stupid to just go on the bar and say, hey, the girl on the bar just left, you haven't got a number for her or something, or can you give her my number? I was way too clueless to do anything like that. I just went, oh well, and didn't pursue it. And then sure enough, I come back from London, decide, I'm going to go and do another degree course at college as a mature student in IT, because everything was moving that way at the time. And on the induction course, who's there? Yep, I'm looking, I'm going, I know that person, I know her. Oh my god, it's her. And it is a love story, isn't it? Yeah. I mean, I'd had dozens and dozens of girlfriends in between, I'm not going to lie. She'd been married, got divorced, a lot had happened. And we were just at a better place in our lives to be around each other. And we ended up at the end of the induction course, which was like nearly a year or whatever. We end up in like this kind of paid work placement thing within the college, in their, of all things, in their sort of promotions and admin office. No, I mean, it's not a joke. This is what happened. It's not a story. Well, it's a story, but it's like, this is what actually happened. So we both got randomly selected and put in the same office on a double desk facing each other for a month. So we'd go off and get lunch a lot and chat a lot and talk a lot. And yeah, she did more admin stuff and went up and got like an accountancy degree, and I got one in business IT, which is how to do spreadsheets and interesting things like that, you know. And she was having problems with her computer, but I understood the hardware perfectly well, so I said, well, you know, I'll come round and have a look at that for you. And we've not been apart since. I ended up staying the night that night, and we're still together now. So there you go. Just one of them things. Sometimes, you know, the universe has its own plan. You just got to go with it. You don't know it's happening at the time. It's only when you look back and you go, wow, all those things that had to come in, you know, into alignment at the same time for all this to work out, and yet it did. I mean, I'm not saying we haven't had our arguments, we haven't had our bust-ups and stuff. Of course we have. They never last. And now we've got to the stage where we understand each other well enough that, you know, it just very rarely happens. We'll argue now and again. That's normal. But it's never like end of the world arguments and stuff, you know? You're recording an Inf duel between Little Inf and Art Annie, right? Was that... because someone commented, didn't they? They said something along the lines of, I wasn't invited, or something, you know, like that. And I was like, what? Wait, what? Thanks, dude. You got to be in the video anyway, looking all cool in blue. Oh, like 10 people, yeah. I wanted to be in it. Yeah, well, if you're going to do like any kind of contest or something like that, you want to put it on Discord, the forums, maybe ask me to shout it out for you, or something like that. It all helps. You know, it's just getting the word out is all you're doing. I mean, you're not bugging people. You're saying, no, I'm doing a thing in the game. You know, and yeah, sure enough, people generally speaking will come along. You know, the people that want to come along will. Simple as, really. Right, we're coming up to that time of the day as well, and I know that Savik is probably yearning for her buble bath. So let's see, is anybody else streaming Anarchy online at the moment? Let's have a look. Is me and his Cohen is here, has a massage. Cohen is here, or go for streaming. He probably is. I want to watch that stream. Oh, VR Skyrim. Yeah, that'll be funny. Hang on. I'm going to go and watch this myself now, so I love Gopher stuff. It's brilliant. Right, we're going to go raid Gopher. He's really... You think I'm funny? I'm nothing compared to this guy. He's hilarious. So we go raid, give him a follow, whatever. He's got like 64,000 followers on Twitch. He doesn't need more, but he is a very cool guy. So, yeah, go and enjoy. I will see you all tomorrow, actually, Friday, which is when I would normally have streamed again. So double... I'll make back my hours for you. We'll find something interesting to do tomorrow and the Saturday, Sunday. So I will see you all then and just say bye for now.